Sheila Banks here with another video, and this one is called Imminent in the Ether, and it is based on a blog post that can be found at mysticbeastblog.blogspot.com. Does a fish know that it is a fish? I don't think so. Most humans don't recognize their lowly status either. We have little, if any, awareness of how the dominating fears and desires of our animal mind work to distort our perceptions. This is a huge blind spot that requires correction. Actually, it calls for an evolution of human consciousness. I am talking about a transformation so profound that it produces radical changes in our basic unstated assumptions and understandings. We humans do not yet know what we are about. We suffer from distortions in our thinking of which we are not always aware. By virtue of our bestial origins, we are hampered by a subjective frame of reference. An innate egocentricity helps to skew our perceptions. And this is how some of us end up justifying savagery in the name of God Almighty. Although it is obvious humans are creatures dwelling in an organic predicament, we tend not to think of ourselves as such. We operate as if we are solely observers and not playing a part in our surroundings. And it doesn't help that we are being bombarded with messages encouraging us to think of ourselves as God. Is that not the ultimate deification of our species' status within the scheme of things? For the body is a domestic animal, therefore you must go about perfecting yourself, says Jesus in the book of Thomas the Contender. The path to becoming a human being is about discovering the animal drives and programming that impacts one's own thinking. It is not about drinking the blood of the lamb. Most definitely, it is about the examination of the log in your own eye before you go about pointing out the speck in another's. It is true that the ground of our being is a universal or cosmic consciousness that manifests through matter. And our species plays a part in that material manifestation. In this sense, our species is a dimension of an emergent universe. But how does this make any one of us the almighty architect of the universe? Now, scientists claim that the foundation for existence operates via an all-pervasive ether. That happens to be the same conclusion I came to because of what I observed during a mystical union. We do dwell in an ethereal realm, and the ether actually dwells in us. Matter is the way that cosmic consciousness manifests itself. But does knowing that make you the almighty creator? Our embodiment in the material world, whatever it is made of, speaks to the fact that we are the created ones and not the creator. To think otherwise is entertaining delusions of grandeur. We are a part of the organic predicament in which we reside. We are not merely meat suits or space suits sojourning through the material world. As embodied beings, we are conduits for the Almighty Creator. But does that mean that each one of us is God? Jesus didn't think so. In response to flattery, he stated, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone." We need a paradigm that supports the unsettling process of character development. After all, we are a species learning to work with our biology in a more conscious way. Ask any woman with bad PMS about that. We are not hopeless sinners as some religious folk would have you believe. Our bestial nature influences our thought and actions. And by admitting that, we are in a better position to do something about it. This is the evolutionary ascent our species must make. Homo sapiens is not about to be magically transported from a 3D version of reality to a 5-dimension upgrade. The transformation of a primate's conscious awareness does not come about with a sprinkling of fairy dust. More realistically, we have to come face to face with our bestial origins and human nature from somewhat of a transcendent perspective as we try to figure out what to do with ourselves, and that necessitates our humility. We need a paradigm shift that speaks to our humble status as creatures in the natural world.